So today we are discussing every entrepreneur's favorite subject, and that's money. Do you have the right mindset to make money? We'll be discussing it coming up next.
Business of soul.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Business of Soul. I am your host, Dr. Melody, and this is my lovely co-host.
Miss Glory.
How you doing today, Mom?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great,
You
Mom.
look
I'm
great.
happy to be here. So, today we are discussing having the right mindset to make money. So, I am drawing from my own experiences. So, like I said before, I'm not going to talk about anything I don't know about. So, when I thought about this topic, because I know a lot of people do want to know how to make money, where can they get money,
Right.
you know, everything is about money, right, when
Right.
it comes to business.
Yeah.
So I was really thinking about what was the thing that really helped me to actually make more money. So the thing that really helped me to make more money was changing my mindset. That's really hands down. So going back to, into a little bit of my own history, because I did share with you guys about having a trucking company. So I want to explain, because these shows are not scripted, so I'm not explaining everything in full detail in these short little episodes.
Right.
So I'm just coming off the top of my head. So going back to like 2008, 2009, my husband and I, we decided to start a trucking company. Actually, he came to me, he was like, I want to start this dump trucking company. And at first, I really wasn't too much interested. I'm like, I gave him my blessing, but as far as me being involved, I'm like, I want to do my own thing, and that's doing business services. But what I realized, moving forward, is that just like he had the skill set as far as like building trucks and mechanics, which is very helpful and beneficial for this business, is the same way with my skill set as far as with business development. It's a great skill set to have for this business as well.
Right.
Very important for the business to grow.
Right.
But at first I wasn't really interested until I took a step back and I really looked at the situation. And I was like, well, if I can grow this business, then I can use this business as an example to help other people, use it as an example to show other business owners that what I can actually do for their businesses.
Right.
So that's what I did. So it's been a long journey, about 12, 13 years now, building my skill set, becoming a notary, tax preparer, all these different business certifications to actually help business owners to start and grow their businesses. And that's where 321 Sun comes in with the business and personal development services. So in the beginning, really, to be honest with you, I didn't have the right mindset for money. I really felt like going after money was like a negative trait to have, like you're chasing money, or you're being materialistic, or you're being greedy behind money. And it wasn't until several years after we had started the trucking company that I had to change my mindset, that I realized that I had the wrong mindset for business. And once I changed my mindset, then I realized how all of these monetary possibilities came my way, so it's the thing that I want to share with you guys. Like, one of the things that I did is I would write abundance checks. And an abundance check is like, just like if you write out a check for a certain amount for yourself, and like you could write out for $1 million or something like that. Like, I remember hearing Jim Carrey share his story when he was saying he was homeless and he was living in a car, and he wrote out $1 million check to himself, and he would carry it around with him. And what that does is it gives you the power of visualization.
Right.
And it helps you to open your subconscious up to align with what it is that you really and truly want.
Exactly.
So it may sound like it's not a very beneficial tactic or way to do things, but if you have an open mind, like you can really use this for your benefit. Like,
Right.
you know, so we just want you guys to kind of like get out of your own way. We talked about that, about not working against yourself. And if you're willing to try something different, you actually can realize that you can get much better results. And that's all I was doing. I was just trying something different. But you have to really believe that you're worth getting that type of money, that you deserve it,
Right.
that it's possible.
Right.
If you don't believe that it's a possibility, then it's never gonna come your way.
Exactly.
You have to open yourself up so that the universe, right, you and the universe align to what you really want. It's all about like vibrations. And so that's what I had to really realize. And like I said, then all of these things started coming my way. So that's one thing, like, you know, doing something to actually put it in your mind and implant that, not just on the conscious level, but the subconscious level.
Right.
So,
And I know what you're saying, because like I said, when I had my business, I was already planted in my mind that I was gonna make money.
Yeah.
And you have to have that kind of mindset. You have to plant it there. And that's what I did. I knew that I was gonna make money because, and it's not the whole thing about you chasing money. We
Right.
need money. We have to have money in
Right.
order to live. We need money to run things, to
Right,
have
yeah.
food,
It's
roof over
necessary.
our heads. So
Right.
if it wasn't such thing as chasing money, how would we live without
Right.
it? We can't.
Right. So we have to untrain ourselves, right, on certain things, or retrain ourselves and to think differently, because we have been so inundated with certain doctrines that teach us that trying to, like she said, chase money, or it makes it seem like we're being greedy.
Yeah.
But money is a blessing.
Yes, it is.
Money is actually a blessing, because without money you cannot do anything. You can't even help other people without money.
Right.
So you can't see the world. You can't do anything. You can't even get the
Right.
bare necessities that you need without money. So
Definitely.
money is definitely a blessing.
Definitely.
So we have to think about money differently.
Exactly.
And so that's what we're here for. So that's the first thing, is about the mindset. And another thing that helps people to actually grow their business monetarily is through grants and business loans and things like that. But a lot of times people feel like, especially with business loans, they feel like, well, hey, I don't want to get into debt. But when you get into business, there's a such thing as good debt and bad debt. And you want to always use good debt, because when you look at what the wealthy people do, the really successful people out here, they're not using their own money to grow their businesses.
Right.
They are using debt. They're
Right.
using somebody else's money
Right.
to grow and sustain their businesses. And so if you want to be on that level as the wealthy, you have to do as the wealthy does.
That's right.
So if you're penny pinching and you're trying to grow this business, you have to set yourself up to where that you can open yourself up to the opportunities to where you can actually grow that business
That's
the
right.
right way. So that's the thing. So that's what helped me. When I realized that, you know, when I started studying actually what successful people do, then I was like, okay, well, let me align with what they do and let me do it. So
That's right. That's how you learn.
that's how you learn, and that's how I was able to grow the business into 6 figures, because we actually did 6 figures on our own. But here's what happened. When something happened with the business, we went right back down. You know, we lost a lot of revenue. And one thing about business, revenue doesn't equal profit. So I don't want to make it sound like just because we are making 6 figures that's my salary. It is not. So a lot of people who don't deal with business, they don't understand that. So I don't need anybody calling me asking me for no money, or me or my husband. I'm just saying. I'm real with
Yeah.
it. So, and that's the thing. You have to be smart with your money.
That's right.
Just because you have a certain amount of money in the bank, that is not wealth. A lot of people, they equate having a certain number in the bank as wealth. No, wealth is having assets.
Right.
So the first thing that I did when I felt comfortable is I invested into property. So you want to invest into things that can give you a return or can build generational wealth or what have you. You don't want to just start generating money and then you feel like, oh, I got it, and then you just start spending frivolously. That is not being smart with money. We want to have the right mindset with money. It's just like the way we look at success sometimes. A lot of the people who I know that are successful, they don't even look like they have anything. And I'm just being honest. They look like any regular Joe Schmo off the street. But the people who look like they have it, they really don't have it like that. So a lot of times we look at people's outer exterior and we equate that with what success is, but that's not. You can't judge a book by its cover.
That's right.
So we want to be smart about how we use our money and what we're really doing with our money. So like I said, my business now, it generates 6 figures, a few times over. But I don't then say I'm making all of this money. No, that's the business. We're separate. That business and I are separate. I make a check from that business, just like the employees do, just like the drivers, and things like that. So you have to know and have the knowledge about money. Learn about money, just like anything else. Just like you take courses and learn these different skills, you have to learn about money. And that's the thing. So I'm just trying to teach from my experience. So with trying to scale your business, don't be afraid to set yourself up for and getting good debt to scale your business, because now if something happens with my business, I have enough revenue to where the business can sustain and I don't have to go back down and lose money like I did before. So it's just all about learning the right thing to do with money and how to use money.
Right, and that's a good thing though, because you learn from it.
Yeah.
And I heard a lot of business, what you saying, I heard a lot of business, like they'll get up there and they have all this money, and then they say they went down because they really didn't know, how to keep it going.
Yeah, and that's a skill set too. So this is all about learning. We don't come into our business a lot of times knowing all this type of stuff. A lot of things I had to learn the hard way. But if I can take my experience and help somebody else, then that's what I'm going to do. So that's why I'm sitting here being open and transparent with you guys. As far as with loans or things like that, because everybody always wants to get grants. Don't get me wrong. I've been a recipient of 2 grants. Now, I'm not here to try to help people get grants and loans, because they have people who do that. But when it comes to actually good debt for your business, start setting yourself up so that you can qualify for these things. Work on your credit. Look at what the requirements are from these different financial institutions or the SBA. Look and see, because they might tell you have to have so many employees. You have to be in business for so many years. You have to have so much of revenue or, below a certain number. So start looking and doing your research, and that way you can qualify for these things and use that money to get whatever equipment it is that you need for your business, so that you can actually provide the services. Now you don't have to sweat behind, how am I gonna repair this piece of equipment that I need to actually produce what it is that I need to produce for my business. So you'll have that money to put into for your supplies or your equipment or your maintenance or whatever it is. And that's the type of things, that's how I want you to set yourself up. Set yourself up the right way. So, a lot of people just think it's just, I start this business, I start making this money, and now I got all this money to play with. It's not like that. Any smart business owner knows that a lot of us don't even pay ourselves for a very, very long time. It took a long time before I took a salary from my business. A long time. Because the way the business was, this is prior to having the business funds and everything that helped me to actually grow the business the right way, then I had to take that sacrifice. And so it's a lot of sacrifices that you make as a business owner to help that business to grow. But if you have the right knowledge from the get-go, you don't have to do it the way that I do.
And just because, like you said, but if you're not making a salary from it, don't let that hold you back. Because it's going to become a point in time where it takes time anyway.
Yeah.
So it's going to become that point in time where after a while, over time, as time go on and on, you're going to be able to benefit and make a salary from it. So just because you're not making a salary from it, don't let that get you down.
Yeah, and that's a personal choice. You know, that was just my choice of how I dealt with my business. But you know, if once you have your own business, you can always decide how you allocate your funds. But I'm just saying, a lot of business owners, we don't take salaries from our business right away because we know that money is needed to actually sustain that business.
Right.
So if you guys have the right mindset for business and not, you know, like follow these things, like the old saying is, the love of money is the root of all evil. Nobody is saying to put money above everything else. Right. Nobody is saying that. Nobody is saying to worship money.
Right.
Because we have been so inundated with certain beliefs that, well, if you go after money, then money is your God, and you're worshiping money. And then that is the thing that's going to keep you in the same situation where you are. Right. You have to understand that you have to align and open yourself up to what you want, and you have to not be afraid to feel that it's okay to go after it. Nothing is wrong with going after money.
Exactly.
As long as you're not doing anything evil with it, you know, we need money to do good things.
Right, we definitely need money. I mean, that's the same thing if you're going to school.
Yeah.
If you want a college degree, if you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, a nurse, you got to keep going.
Yeah.
You got to keep going.
Yeah.
Because you ain't going to become a doctor or a nurse unless you get that degree.
Right. So you're not going to be successful if you don't go after the bag, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And be okay. Don't feel that it's a negative thing because now you like, okay, I'm really like want to go after making $1. You're supposed to make $1.
Yes.
Well, how is your business going to sustain if you're not trying to make money?
That's right.
So let's get out of those old ways of thinking.
Right.
And that's what this is about.
Right.
We've been talking about mindset. Because that's where it starts.
That's right. And the thing it is, a business, when you saying I'm going into business, if you're going to go into that business not to make money, then you don't need to go into the business.
Well,
you're going into the business to make money.
Right. That's more of a charity. You might as well start a charity and do charity work.
Right.
And that's another thing too. Like nothing is wrong with, because I had to learn this. I wanted to help people so bad, and I would like use my business to always try to help people.
Yeah.
And then I had to realize, wait, hold on, my business is here to make money.
That's right.
You know, I could do charitable works on the side.
Right, exactly.
But this business needs to make money. You know, so nothing is wrong with going after that, and don't let anybody try to tell you different. Because if you want to have a better life and reach those goals and be successful, you're gonna have to have that mentality. That's just the way it is. And anybody who really makes real money, let me tell you, they have no problem going after $1.
They sure don't.
You know?
And the thing it is, you need $1.
Yeah.
Everybody need $1. You need $1, but if you ain't got $1 and you ain't paying energy, what's going to happen? Your life's gonna go click.
Right.
You're in the dark. So it just telling you that, showing you that you need money.
Right. I mean, the world is set up that way. You know, it's not like a trade system anymore. We need actually money to purchase
Yes.
things and to live.
So there's nothing wrong with going after money,
Right.
just like you just said.
Right.
And like you said, not being, hey, look, if I want to be greedy behind it, I can be greedy behind it, but in a good way.
Right. So, and it's not like greed as far as like I'm gonna take from you.
Yes.
But it's about that hunger.
Right.
It's, you know,
Right.
just use the different
Right.
word. It's about having that hunger
Exactly.
for want to fuel your business. And that's all it is.
That's all it is. Just say,
So-
hey, look, my business is calling me to make that money.
Right. That's what
That's
you're
it.
supposed to do.
That's how you're supposed
You're
to
doing
feel.
that business a disservice if you're not hungry to go out there and make
Right.
it. Then what good are you for that business?
You're not no good.
Right. So, you know, work on providing value,
Yes.
of course,
Right.
but you need to also make a return.
That's
because if you don't make returns, then you won't be able to do anything. And so
Exactly.
you might as well not even get into business
Exactly.
if that's the way you feel about it.
Right.
But some of you out there have businesses who still do have that certain mindset. So that's why I'm sharing this with you guys now, because I did, and it took me a very long time to actually realize it and to learn that, hey, it's okay to want to make a dollar.
Yes.
You don't have to feel like you have to be so humble to the point where, oh, I feel like it's a bad thing for me to want to make money.
Right.
We have been brainwashed with a lot of different
Yes.
things out there,
Foolishness.
with a lot of foolishness, you know. And so we're just trying to kind of like unravel a lot of this stuff that we've been, you know, led to believe over time. So I don't want to keep these episodes too long and everything. And actually, I will be bringing you guys more information when it comes to money, because I know it's for a lot of you, it's your favorite subject. And I understand we do need to know how to make money, and we do need to know where we can go out there and get those resources that we actually need to grow our businesses. So I don't mind sharing. So we're gonna wrap it up for today, you guys. I hope you got something out of today's episode. But I am Melody,
I'm Miss Gloria.
and this is the
Business of Soul.